What does YouTube want? You need to know the answer to that question if you want to be successful. I'm Matt Haas. I'm going to tell you during this live stream. The countdown timer is about to come on. If you're watching this as a replay, just go ahead and fast forward. I won't mind. It's all good. I always have an open mic during the countdown. You never know what's going to happen. We'll get some audio jams going, and we'll flip over to the bald spot cam. Here we go, bald spot cam. Boom! Open Q&A all night, too. All night long. Stream is healthy, whatever that means. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, everyone. I'm Matt Haas. This is the All Things YouTube live show, the show where I tell you everything that's new and different in the world of YouTube. And you can ask me questions all night long. Just drop them in the chat. It could be about analytics. It could be about marketing. It could be about graphic design. It could be about growing your audience. Editing tips. Doesn't matter. I've got the answer for you. Just go ahead and ask, and I will hook you up for free. I'm also going to talk about the reasons YouTube wants you on the platform. Why does YouTube want you on the platform? What does YouTube want from you? As a content creator, you need to have the answer to that because you need to be successful. You can't be successful if you don't know what YouTube wants. If you give YouTube what YouTube wants, you can really blow up. Let's see who's in the chat live. We've got Mr. John Ventrini. Welcome. Mr. Rich Vibes. He's got the show on the Mixcloud. Sundays, 2 p.m. Eastern. He streams commercial music. You can do that over there. Can't do it on YouTube. You can do it on Mixcloud. And Jamie Rose is here. Hello. And look at those Space Invaders. I love those. I love them, love them, love them. Jaden has a question. We're going to get to that answer here in a moment. And Harneal Media. More people are piling in, folks. All are welcome. All right. Let's do some fun things here. We got this tip right here. You go to this. It's also linked in the description. And you get your name right here. Takes credit card, PayPal, and you get branding on screen. Isn't that awesome? If you're the top tipper in 30 days, you get this spot. And like you could be here like for a minute, or you could be here 4 or 5 shows. Just depends until someone tips over top of you. Very popular. And content creators get the most percentage of what you donate there. It's quite fascinating, and I don't know how they make money, but they do somehow. Also have a Patreon. Links also in the description. Let's take a look. We have top patrons: Polly Wants a Crafter, Love Audio Productions, Shalalala Productions, The Venture Forward, Driveway Workshop, Harneal Media, Wit Profit, and Rich Vibes. Thank you for being top patrons. We have an ad, paid ad. If you want a paid ad, come talk to me. The way I do it is I just do 2 or 3 sentences off the cuff, nothing written. And if you want that, I can make it happen. So what do we got here? We've got The Venture Forward. It is a channel about recovery. The host, John Ventrini, is entertaining AF. And for some reason, he lets me on his Friday shows. Still haven't figured that out yet. If you're struggling with addiction or know someone who is, do check out that channel. You might get something out of it. And then we've got $1 patrons over here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I also shout out all patrons on my email newsletters. This is really it. This is the primary way I communicate with you, the audience. Don't miss a thing. And I'm giving away 2 digital items for free. My content creation to-do list, constantly being updated, and my blue screen of death glitch. It's kind of a horrible name, but the blue screen, the Windows blue screen of death. It's this guy right here. If you want that overlay, whoops. If you want that overlay, I can hook you up. All right. Let's get to some user questions, and then we'll get into our topic of the evening, which is understanding what YouTube wants. Do you have any feelings about StreamYard? Yes, I have feelings about StreamYard. StreamYard is a streaming service. It's a web-based service. So you just need a browser and a microphone and a camera to use the service. It is awesome in many ways. Now, it being a web-based service, it does have some limitations compared to the other big boys and big girls. I use Ecamm. Ecamm is a different streaming software, this is what I use. And if you want to use what I use to put overlays and other things on the screen, that's called Ecamm. It's Mac only. You can go to that link and get a 14-day free trial. And then when you're ready to buy, use the same link. I'll catch a few pennies, same price for you. But no, StreamYard is great. The reason it's so great is it's very easy to understand. It doesn't bog you down with complexity. And you can be a host and you can bring people on your show very easily. That's kind of where it shines, is when it brings people on as a co-host or a guest onto a show. You don't have to have a guest or a co-host, but StreamYard can certainly handle that. And it's very cost effective. It's very reasonable with that. Well, hey, there's other streaming software. The other streaming software you could consider if you have a PC is called vMix. vMix has all of the complexity. Ecamm has all of the complexity. I'm a geek. I like complexity. I like doing advanced things on my streams, and vMix is what you would want to consider if you're on a PC and you want software on your local computer in order to run a live show. I use Ecamm on a Mac. It's Mac only, and vMix is Windows only. Grimskull is here. Welcome, Grimskull, my friend. Glad you're checking it out. Grimskull wants to know what YouTube wants, and I'm about to tell you. End of Trading says StreamYard rocks, easy to use, and just works. That's true. That's true. Look who's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Jerry Brown. Jerry Brown. Welcome back to the channel, my friend. Longtime supporter of all things YouTube and Awesome Wood Things. Jerry, my friend, glad to have you here. We need Jamie to go live. I second that motion. All in favor of Jamie going live. Jamie Rose, this YouTuber right here, say I in the chat. A-Y-E. I. Yeah. Good deal. Good deal. Well, if you have any other questions about StreamYard, please let me know. A companion service to StreamYard is Restream. Now, I also use Restream. I do not use it for the All Things YouTube show, but I do use Restream on my other YouTube channels, and that can give some similar overlay features. Restream has similar bring guest in features, and it has a send the stream to multiple locations. Restream also can send the stream to multiple locations very easily. Ecamm cannot. Ecamm only sends the stream to one location. So Ecamm and Restream have sort of partnered if you want both of those features. You want complex overlays in software through Ecamm, and then if you want to go to multiple places, you link it up with the other service, Restream. And that's restream.io, not restream.com, not restream.net, restream.io. Okay, we have another question here, and then I'm going to get into the topic. Keep the questions coming, because it might be a short show. You don't want it to be a short show. I want to have a long show. I want to give you guys value and entertain you all night long. And well, I'm glad you fixed. Jerry had some tech issues there. Awesome. Fight through. That's what happens to me. If there's a tech issue, I never get defeated. It is a personal mission to figure out what is wrong tech-wise, and I fight until I can solve the problem. Kind of reposition this a little bit. Get that a little different here. Yeah, that's better. It was a little low. I like it kind of like that. Hee hee. All right. Okay, we had another question here from, who asked it? Was it Jaden? Get your question. Oh, what does unlisted live stream mean? Well, unlisted is the visibility property within YouTube. And this property can apply to uploaded videos, and it can apply to unlisted videos. It pretty much applies to every content type on YouTube. Unlisted means that anyone on the internet can view that piece of content without a Google account, without a YouTube account. But the video page will never surface in keywords or on search engines. It's completely hidden. It's unlisted. So if you wanted to publish something unlisted, you would have to give the URL of the show page to whomever you wanted to view it. And then all they need to do is click that, and the page is guaranteed to load. It won't ask you to log into YouTube. It won't ask you to log into Google. It'll just show it. Now, if the person you give the URL to in turn gives it to someone else, well, then it can leak out. But the whole point is it was a guaranteed way for the person who you give the show page to, the URL, to see it without any login issues. And quite frankly, it's brilliant. Now, this is not something you would want to use to harbor like launch codes for ballistic missiles. Like that level of security is not enough. So you wouldn't do that. But for example, you could use an unlisted live stream to go live testing you and a partner or you and a guest. And you could just go to your channel unlisted. No one will get notified. No one will know it's there except you, because you as the channel owner know the URL of that show page. And so it's a way to test. You would want to do unlisted for content that really isn't appropriate for the public. Like I do web development for a big publisher. And sometimes I'll do a new feature and I'll do a little screencast. Like I'll come over here and I'll say, no, first you want to click on the logo and then you want to, hit this edit button. And I'll do a little screencast of how to use the new feature. And I'll make it unlisted and I'll give it to them. That way they can bounce it around to the executives and the managers. And, some managers don't have YouTube, but if they got the URL, they could view it. And since it's not super sensitive, it's just, a system I created on the web. The system's public. I'm just explaining how to use the features. It's not proprietary business secrets. I just mark it unlisted, give it to my contact who hires me, and then he forwards it to the line managers or something like that. That's a good use case for unlisted. And then people who are following me for content won't get bombarded with this weird, I come to Matt, to learn how to be successful on YouTube. Like, what's he talking about? This book ordering system and going into this one screen on how to pick a cover, a case bind for, So you won't annoy people that don't want it. So that's what unlisted is. And there's also public and then private. Public means everyone can find it. It will surface on search results. It's visible on your channel. And if they search for it, it could show up in the search results. Public is public. Private means only you with your Google account can log in and view that piece of content. And then unlisted is what I said. I love unlisted. I love it. I love it. Okay. Adam is here from Adam's Exploits. All right. Thank you, mods. Mods are doing some work out there. Appreciate that. Using StreamYard. Nothing's wrong with StreamYard. StreamYard is a great service. I highly recommend it. I love its ease of use. I don't use it regularly. I am a co-host weekly on a show that someone else hosts, Brenda G's Designs, and she uses StreamYard. So our Thursday 7 p.m. show on Brenda G's Designs is done through StreamYard, and it's a great show. It's a great show. It's a great tool. Speaking of which, She will have a show this Thursday, 7 p.m. on Brenda G's Designs. It's called Mind Equals Blown. That's the show I do. I will not be the co-host this week. But you can go check out the show, but I will not be the co-host there. And Adam says, I use unlisted streams to do my pre-interviews for my life. That's a great use case. Thank you for sharing that. Adam, I appreciate that. You got to fight for your right to fix tech. I do, man. I'm on a mission. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, oh no, you're not going to beat me. And I will Google and I will watch YouTube videos and I will post on forums and I will figure out what's going on. That's the mentality I have. Okay, let's talk about what YouTube wants, because you need to understand there's also no YouTube news. Beginning of the year is kind of slow for rolling out new features. People are coming back from vacation, things like that. So there is no platform changes to report this week. Here's several things YouTube wants. One, they want content that meets their community guidelines. Basically, don't make awful videos. Don't make videos about awful topics. They also want what lawyers call original works. That's what they want. So they want content creators to make original content and put it on their platform. Yes, you can take clips of movies and videos and alter that content and add value to that content and change that content. That's called fair use. That's a tricky thing to get into. It should generally be avoided unless you're a big player or unless you've really thought through the business process. If you want to have a YouTube channel where you take other people's commercial intellectual property, could be video or audio, and then put it on YouTube and then transform it in some way to add value, commentary, criticism, for example, come talk to me after the show. I know a lot about that subject. I, in my day job, am a publishing professional, so I know a lot about copyright. That's what publishers, that they live and breathe copyright. I know a lot about that topic, probably more than I ever wanted to know. And there is a provision called fair use. It's not a law. Fair use can only be decided by a judge. It gets very squirrely if someone accuses you of improperly using their intellectual property outside of fair use, and then you can get judges involved. It gets legal issues. It gets very, very nasty, and it's kind of tough. Okay, I got okay topics, but it's pretty awful. I scrapped the last few videos until I could spend more time getting the cameras improved. Hey, it's always good to have good quality. Quality images with the camera is important. Arguably, sound is even more important than that. But yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. I want more content from you, Jerry. I'd rather have content with okay video than no content. But hey, you're doing what you think's got to be done, and I am the first to champion quality content. I've always tried to have a professional look to my content. I've always tried. Haven't been successful all the time. Oh, you found Brenda's channel. Excellent. Yes, it's linked in my description. If you scroll the whole way down to other shows I do, you'll see a line that looks like that. Whoops. Yeah, like this. That's a link to Brenda's show. Click that link in a new tab and hit set reminder, people. Brenda would really, and tell them Matt sent you. Brenda will get a kick out of that. Here we go with my bugbear and YouTube. I don't know what that means. Okay, so yeah, give YouTube original works. YouTube likes that. Here's the next thing. YouTube wants watch time. Watch time is the time interval that someone spends watching a video and all videos during a session. So they want you as a content creator to make videos that people watch. If people are watching your videos, they will put your video in front of other prospective viewers, other users of YouTube who they think will watch your video. How do they think they'll watch your video? They use the user's history because they know you're logged in when you use the service. They know everything you've clicked on since the beginning of time. And they're like, oh, this person wants to know about video editing. This video wants to know about audio gear. This video wants to know about how to live stream. Maybe I'm going to put an all things YouTube video in front of that person. Boom. That's how they do it. And as a content creator yourself, there's no, the strategy to get watch time is two different items. It's right there. They are CTR, click-through rate, and average percent viewed. So click-through rate means you give your video an appropriate title and you give it a banging thumbnail, because those are the two things that are seen on the interface before people watch your video. They're on your YouTube channel. They see your thumbnails and titles. They do a search result. They see thumbnails and titles. They're on the recommended shelf on the homepage of YouTube. They see thumbnails and titles. So thumbnails and titles are the mechanism to get people to click when they're on YouTube. And that's called the click-through rate, which is a percentage of how many times that thumbnail and title were shown to people versus how many times they've been clicked by people. Yes, YouTube keeps track of how many times your thumbnail appeared in front of the eyeballs of someone. And they also keep track of how many times it was clicked. It's a percentage. If you get about 10%, that's above average. So 100 times your video was shown to someone on the interface, 10 people clicked on average, you're doing above average on YouTube. That's a good click-through rate percentage. Oh, we got a gripe coming through. Oh, Bugabare. He's talking about copyright. Yeah, Rich wants to stream commercial music on YouTube. Hey, I feel you, brother. A lot of people do. But, yeah. Someone I know wants to do a live stream where you do wood-burning competition or wood-burning videos of some sort. Wood-burning videos are very popular on YouTube. I would certainly encourage that. And competition videos are good too, because people get invested in the contestants and stuff like that. If you want to do it a live stream, that would be technically difficult, but perfectly doable. You wanted to do that as a live stream. You could do that with consumer gear. This is what I love. This is what I love about the time we live in. People kind of get, oh, it's so tough nowadays. If you think about it, you can have consumer level gear and you can reach a worldwide audience. A worldwide audience for free. Make a video, put it on YouTube. If you've got something to say and you're entertaining about it, there's no one stopping you. There's no one stopping you from reaching that audience. And if you wanted to do a competition live, you would need multiple cameras. There'll be a lot of technical stuff to solve, but you can do it. You can do it. You can, no monetizing. Yeah. Copyright's a bag of hurt. Let me tell you, it's tough. And the thing I don't like about copyright is just because it didn't the first month doesn't mean it's not the second month. It's a horrible dynamic to be on. Worldwide audience. There we go. I lack good tech. you don't need a lot of tech. Well, we would to do a competition video, but you just need, look, this right here. This is your window to the interwebs. Smartphones have banging cameras. They have good microphones. A lot of people are very successful with just a cell phone. Some people even edit their whole videos on the cell phone. They don't even have a computer. It's crazy. So what else does YouTube want? They want videos that entertain or educate or do both and get watched. They want whatever you put to be watched by people. And then they want other tips to really break out is to make searchable videos, audience first videos. See, as a content creator, you can't say to yourself, I want to make a video about this and I'm going to put it out there. That can work. An easier path to success would be, think about John Q. Public, Jane Q. Public. They go to YouTube. Put yourself in their mind. What are they searching for? Most people go to YouTube to solve a problem or to be entertained or to learn about that breaking news story or to learn how to use a tool in the wood shop or to learn how to do a technique to craft something or to get tips on recovering from addiction. Put yourself in the mind of that YouTuber and how they're using the system. They're searching for stuff. They're trying to find, does your video answer a question that people will search for? This really should say make searchable videos people watch. This is what searchable videos. Searchable means, does it answer a question? And then, people actually watch, not bots, not 10,000 cell phones from a third world country who are logged into YouTube. People. Make your stuff searchable. The best title is a phrase that people will search for and some sort of action or energy word or words at the end. That's the winning combination. We're not going to go too deep into that topic of how to do awesome titles for your YouTube videos, but that's what you want. You would be like how to make a thumbnail using camera or using Canva or Canva thumbnail creation. Like that could be your search term. And then you put some sort of action words or like, you won't believe it, or easy hack, or some sort of energy type of word. That is the best YouTube video. There's 5 or 6, maybe 7 words. And, some of them are that search phrase and some of them are some sort of action. That's how you do it. Oh, check this out. Grimskull says, Harris Heller put together a stream kit for under $200 with phone as the camera, and it looked great. Yeah, phone cameras are awesome. Better titles, but also better videos. See, that the videos are the second part. The first part is getting people to click. YouTube doesn't care if people click on your videos. YouTube cares if people click on your videos and, they only care if they click on your video if there's another condition that's equally met. They watch your video. You can have a lot of people clicking on your video and noping out of there in the first 20 seconds. YouTube's not going to benefit you that way. They're not going to reward you for that. You need both things to be true. You need people clicking on a CTR higher than 8%. And this is what people have kind of gleaned. No one knows this answer for sure. This is the internet's best guess of what YouTube needs in order to push your stuff out. They need the CTR 8% or higher, and not or, and people watching at least 50% of your video. If both those conditions are true, what do I mean by watching 50% of your video? The average percentage of all people watching your video, did they watch half of it or more? 50% or more. So if you got an 8% CTR and 50% average percent viewed, YouTube's going to start promoting your stuff. How do they promote your stuff? There's 3 ways they promote your stuff. The first and lowest, the entry point, the easy, the light touch way is to surface your video in search results. Search results is what they'll do. So people type in a term, they get a list of videos that match. Yours is going to be in there. It's only in there if you're over 8% CTR and above 50% average percent viewed. Then they could put you in up next. What's up next? Well, I'll tell you. Let's go out to the YouTubes and we'll have a look around. So here's YouTube. You could go into this Piano Awesome video. I wonder who has this channel. So up next is, it can be here. So your video could show up in this right-hand sidebar, or at the end of your video, it could show up. It could show up here when the video is done playing. Or if you go out to the home page, this is like the Mac Daddy way. It could appear right here on the home page itself. Those are different tiers how YouTube can help get your video in front of people. Hey, there's Shalalala Productions. Loving the GoPro shot, Matt. Howdy, everyone. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, this is the new my second camera. Well, or is it my third camera? Because technically I have this camera. Camera 1, camera 2, and camera 3. Thank you. I'm glad you're liking the GoPro. I invested in a GoPro. I plan to use it outside of the office. I plan to use it in my wood shop. I've got big plans for it, and I thought, hey, why not make it be a second camera as well? Because this is an f2.0 lens. I mean, that's not a crappy lens. Like, it is a pro camera. GoPros have a certain look to them. And they don't always work as like a in-studio camera, and they don't always work as a camera that you would use to film crafts. They will, but they just kind of look and feel like a GoPro. Well, I spent a week figuring out how to make it not look like a GoPro. So I paid for a GoPro, and for streaming here in this office, I've taken great pains to cripple a lot of the things that give that GoPro the signature look. See, this doesn't look like, this looks like a webcam. I've forced it to be like a webcam. So a GoPro really looks like this. See how that's bent? See how that kind of bubbles out? Like that's what people typically think of when they think of a GoPro. Let me try a couple more of these. It's just a different, that's the one I've chosen. Now, have you noticed my skin tone looks like skin tone here, and the other ones it was more vibrant? I had to cripple the intense default GoPro color, and I had to cripple the fisheye. Anyway, thank you for saying something. I've been having fun with it. JG Blade is here. He's a YouTuber who's also over on the Twitch platform. Does kind of have a fisheye, but it looks good. Thank you. Yeah, this is the linear, and this one is no distortion, no fisheye. So things are actually straight. Like this is a straight line, and this is a straight line. Like nothing bubbles up. But this is not the default setting. I don't recommend having a GoPro as your primary studio streaming, stationary, always in the same spot. Why? It's not the best choice. But again, I got the GoPro because I'm using it in many other use cases and stuff like that. No battery. Yikes. He's running on magic. I took the battery out. The battery is not in this thing. It is, see if I can see it. Yeah, there's the GoPro. No battery in there. I've got, see, there's 2 wires coming into this. One is the HDMI, and the other is the USB-C cable. And the USB-C cable is just supplying power to the unit. And without the battery in the GoPro, there's a cavity. There's a big square chunk of air, because this is the GoPro battery. So I've got all of this space in there where it's just a hollow cavity, and that helps with heat because, well, what do you know about batteries? Batteries are solid. They're solid. They soak up the heat. And so it's kind of funny. I spent a lot of money on an action camera, and I took a lot of steps to make it not be an action camera. But hey, I'm having fun figuring this stuff. Matt, how did you get into live streaming, if I can ask? You can ask any question here. I don't know what he's doing down there. Good question. Well, I got into live streaming because I've been doing edited videos for so long, and I've seen how much fun hosts can have during a live stream. I was always attracted to the real-time interaction someone can have through live streaming, and I just tried it, and I really liked it. And I've sort of glommed onto that ever since, and I've been having a blast. Now I stream Monday through Fridays here on my Awesome Fun Things channel in the morning for 5 or 10 minutes. And I have this show every Monday. I've got the Brenda G's Design Show Thursdays at 7. Not this Thursday, though. And I've got VF Talks on the Venture Forward. And I don't have a graphic for that, but that's this channel right there with the Phoenix. I love live streaming. That's how I got into it. I had some humble beginnings. I started with OBS, not Ecamm, but OBS couldn't put this comment on the screen. And at the time, there was no third-party service that could do it. There was just no way to do it. You could have the whole chat running, but you couldn't surface a single chat. I'm like, I need a solution. So I went to Ecamm. And I even on OBS, when I would switch over to here, like I would build the scene manually each time. So you would see this image and I would shrink down, and I was fighting through it. I've learned a lot, but I love live streaming. Live streaming is a good way to make the audience you have better. Live streaming is tough to get new viewers. Let's face it. The live streaming content is long form. There's no editing. You know, sometimes you meander down a thought path and it's not tight. It's tough to get new people in to a channel strictly through live. You can do it. It's just tough to do that. But I've always liked it because I get to interact with my friends and I get to help people. People get to ask me questions. There's a lot of advantages to live streaming. Yeah, freeware versus payware. Let me tell you, I would still be on OBS Studio OBS Studio. I would still be on that today if it could do this feature, but it can't do the feature. And now I switched, and now I'm never going back from Ecamm because I already know it. John Ventrini is answering this question. The two creators that got me into the idea of streaming just celebrated their 10-year anniversary this morning. Rhett and Link. Good mythical morning. Awesome. Awesome. A live stream is just a video podcast. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of podcasts have a video component to them as well. Live streaming wasn't even anything I ever considered until I met JV. It certainly is the most taxing. And when I say taxing, I mean that in two respects. It's taxing on the equipment and computer stuff that you need. I mean, it's very, you need a lot more. Well, you can, like I said, you can just go with a phone, but you typically need a lot more gear and a lot more high-end gear to do streaming at a highly professional level. A lot of cameras don't have clean HDMI out, and it doesn't matter. Like if you have a camera and you're cutting together edited video, you record the video to the SD card and then you move it. And so edited videos are easier to produce. Having a live show means you've got to do everything. You've got to push all the buttons. You've got to get all the overlays configured. There's nothing you can do after the fact. Everything you see on screen, every scene, every overlay has to be pre-thought out and ready to go before you go live. So it is a challenge, and live streaming has challenges. I mean, even the professional live streamers will tell you it's hard to grow an audience through live streaming. The way I look at it is, you have the people that like your stuff, and you get to give them all the information they need, all the tips, all the inside stuff, clue them in on all of the promotions and goodies and free stuff and paid stuff that you have, and they can get value by interacting directly with you. There's a lot of benefits to live streaming. It's tough to grow an audience through live streaming, and you've it takes it's a one take thing. There's no do-overs. You're doing it live. I can't cut out the segment and replace it. You see it all, warts and all. So there's a lot of different dynamics to live streaming. I guess going live isn't as easy as pressing a button. Haha. Well, it's a learning process, and it's something you get better at. One of my most successful videos, and one piece of content I'm most proud of, is how to talk to the camera. And I have 23 tips on how to do that, because, when you're looking like that's you, that's the audience. I am sitting in this room by myself talking to no one. Well, I'm talking to you, but in this room, there is no other human in this room. I'm talking to a piece of glass and plastic, which is the lens of my computer. It's a very awkward thing. And I break down tips on how to talk to the camera and what you can do to make it feel like you're talking to one person, to make it seem like you're having a two-way conversation, even though you're not having a two-way conversation. But there's techniques you can do. And bottom line, you get better on camera, and then you're better at live streaming. And thank you. Thank you. It has not come without it has not come without a lot of practice. And I've been in environments where I have to speak in front of the public. I was an elected official, and then the meetings are public, and you have to do a lot of that. So I've had a lot of that in my life. And believe me, it's a slow improvement. Like it is 1% improvement every so often. And you just got to keep doing it. Time on task, baby. That's how to do it. Jerry says, that was a hard start when I was doing videos. Always felt so, yeah, it's tough. Like it can really throw you back. But I've developed sort of a process, bullet point. I love the bullet points. I am like, this is my armor, like staying on track. Like the bullet thinking through this stuff is a huge benefit. And there's other techniques too. I do the ask a question, answer a question. And when you do that, talk about feeling stupid, talk about feeling awkward. It's an awkward thing to do, but it comes across so great. I'll say that here's a way most people do this. This is the worst tape measure in the world. It's flimsy. It's all plastic. It's a cheap throwaway piece of junk. And, you know, this doesn't even stay. Look, it gets bent. It's horrible. Like that is the wrong way to do it. The right way to do it would be to do this. Do you know what the worst tape measure is? It's this HDX tape measure from Home Depot. It is a complete bunch of crap. Do you see how I asked a question and then I answered my own question? That was awkward to do, but it comes across so great. Why is it great? It feels like I'm having a conversation with you. Even though I can't hear what you're saying, even though you didn't say anything, even though you didn't talk to me and I couldn't audibly hear what you said, it feels more like you're talking to one person. And that's a huge bonus. So I've got 20, as good as that tip was, I've got 22 other tips in my video. On this channel, do a YouTube search for how to talk to the camera, and you can get that. Okay. When someone throws an off-the-wall question, like why is an alien on Mario's tunnel? Yeah. Because I love Mario, and this was a toy I had as a child. I found it in the basement, so I hot glued it to the pipe. There's just really no other reason than that. But off the wall questions are great. You don't have to put every question up there, but you know you can if you want. All right, just going through the chats here. All right, cool. Hey, listen. Here's something else about growing a YouTube channel, and it's community building. Okay, I've got this Facebook group. There's a Facebook group. Probably can't read it because the screen's all fuzzy. But I have started up my... That's what I want to show. Yeah, Makers Rock. Makers Rock is happening now, and I'm a big part of this collaboration. Collabs are what you want on YouTube. When you collaborate with someone on YouTube, the person you're collaborating with's audience will come over to your channel, and you will send your audience over to the other person's channel. It's great. So I run this collaboration, and it's a YouTube collaboration, and this is elevating me, for lack of a better word. People are getting to know who I am. People are getting to know my channel. And it's a collab. Collaborations are huge. This is called Makers Rock. It's for YouTubers that make something, make physical items. So if you're a YouTuber that talks about psychology, or a YouTuber that talks about math or something like that, this isn't a collaboration for you. But the point I want to make is, by being in this collaboration, and if you want to go the extra route and host a collaboration like this, it can really help your YouTube channel. And I just want to put this out there. If you're interested in learning more, go to makersrock.com. Anyone can play along. What we do here is we make album art out of wood, album art out of metal, album art out, whatever. If you got a Cricut machine that does the sticker cutouts, use it. And we mimic a vinyl record album cover, and we give it away, and we promote other people in there. And it's a fun challenge, and it's all around a topic. We all share the logo. There's a original music track has a heavy electric guitar and bass, and it's kind of fun. And you can use that track, and then everyone who's in it has that same audio. But you don't have to use the audio if you want to. It's a lot of fun, and you get to make something, get to be creative. So Makers Rock, and there's a link to makersrock.com in the description of this video. If you're interested, check it out. Your project doesn't have to be done until April 29th, Friday, April 29th. So there's a lot of times to get in your shop and make something. And yeah, the Cricuts are great. Cricut, this subscribe here, Cricut. The white part of this this bell, Cricut. If I move my chair back, this will come in focus. There's a piece of artwork behind here that has the Cricut vinyl on it. I love the Cricut machine. Yeah, my wife and I co-own the Cricut machine. Yeah, 429, plenty of time. Yes, Jerry just got one. Yeah, I have the Cricut Air 2. That's been discontinued for a while now, but it works just fine. And we bought it 4 days before the Cricut Air 3 came out. We love the Cricut 2. It works great. I made a pizza sticker for my laptop with my Cricut. I love it. Is there an Instagram photo of it, or is it on your Facebook wall? I would want to see your pizza sticker art, Jamie. I would be thrilled if I could get to see that. Yeah. Cricut machines are pretty awesome. And they've got a lot of other uses too. People use them as stencils and spray paint and then pull up the plastic. I mean, there's a lot of weird use cases for Cricut. And I really dig it. Let's see what else is Cricut around here. I'm sure there's a couple other pieces. Oh, this is all Cricut over here. This is kind of nuts. Right there. That artwork was from a vinyl cutting machine, right there. And is there anything on that? I don't think that is. Yeah. Yeah, that is the joust from the video game Joust. The graphic from the video game Joust, which is, in my opinion, the best video game on the planet. It's not spelled like that. It's CRICUT, like cut, because it has an X-Acto knife. Cricut machine is a 3-axis CNC machine that makes a blade go around and cut your vinyl stickers out. So that's a lot of fun. Oh, and last announcement, my Awesome Taco Memes Facebook page. I have a link to that somewhere. Hold on. Is that it? No. I'm trying to find. There it is. Nope, not that. I can never find. Oh, there's Makers Rock. I can never find this overlay. Where'd my overlay go? See, now, here it is. This. Okay, awesome taco memes. If you do a Facebook search, this is the Facebook column, Facebook page column. If you do a search for awesome taco memes, I loaded that up with memes, and that's going to run for another month. I have a Facebook page where I post at 8:45 in the morning, one taco meme to the wall. So if you want a taco meme delivered to your Facebook wall once a day, locate awesome taco memes on Facebook and give the page a like. Yeah, yeah. These comments are tripping me up. You guys are having a blast. That is why you name overlays. Great sage advice, Mr. Brown. They have 4 set up in OBS and forgot. Yeah, I know. Believe me. Don't even get me started here. Look at this. This is the nonsense I'm looking at. Like, where's the overlay? This one stands out, Lionel Richie. Why do I have Lionel Richie as an overlay? I have no idea. I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. Oh, my goodness. My goodness. What am I going to do? Hey, listen, folks. I think I'm going to end it there. Thank you for being awesome. Get in on the Facebook group. I have a Facebook group. If you're not there, what are you doing? This is the Facebook group. Get in on it. It's for free. Get into my email newsletter. You get free stuff. I'm giving away free stuff. I still have the course, 32 lessons. Learn how to be awesome on YouTube. I'm here. I'm Matt Haas. Come find me on the interwebs. I love you all. Have a great night. And don't do anything John Ventrini wouldn't do. Bye, everyone.